I would imagine that you were looking up how to be a multitasker, and then you found this video which is never multitask. I have a good argument for it and a warning for you. About multitasking, you assume that is good for you, but the data from neurology and psychology up to this point highly opposes this point of view. I mean, truly just falsify this premise. But I'm not gonna start with science. I will start with my experience. As I was conducting interviews for candidates who can volunteer in the largest volunteer organization for youth in Egypt. And literally, all of them just started emphasizing that they are multitasker, and they always introduce it to me as a advantage. But personally, I never claimed to be a multitasker. Until a couple of days ago, as I was reflecting on my workflow as a researcher, and I found that, well, I actually do multitask. And it sabotages my process in a deteriorating manner. So, let me give you just a bit of context about what I'm doing and what I'm doing with this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is me building my researcher portfolio in public. So what I did is that I moved out to this room so I can have my time to focus on research and my business. That is the first thing, time. I reduced the options. So I was like, okay, no dating, no outings, no occasions, no vacations. Let's get this done. Okay. But as I was on my desk actually working on my research, I found that a 40 minutes task will get me 8 hours. So I was like, okay, so let's reflect on why that happens. And I found myself multitasking. I have 2 screens in front of me. And as I was reading one paper, I just opened multiple tabs related to that paper, but I just keep switching. And this is switching, the data show that your brain cannot switch as fast as your eyes, let's say. So if you're focusing on one thing and you go to the other, your brain still have residuals. It's actually called residuals. So here I just found another level of precision. It is not only about time, so moving out to a place where you can focus. It's not about options, where I just decided to focus on one thing and cancel all other things. There is other level of precision called the cognitive resources. How would you how would you channel your cognitive abilities? And I had this great advice, which is focus on one thing. So, for example, I would be reading, so I was just reading this review article. But I would be highlighting, I would be taking notes, I would be opening, if I found a jargon term in the new tab, and I'd be like, okay, so let's look into it. And I was multitasking in just one task. So here I just came with a better paraphrasing for it. Do not focus on one thing. Focus on 0.1 thing at a time. Just imagine that you are reading and you're just only reading. You're just like, without even a pen, you're just as if you are inspecting, criticizing the paper, perusing the paper. On the second time you're reading, you read and you highlight. And the third time you read and you take notes. But the thing is, at this time you already did the reading. So the 0.1 thing at that time is actually the highlighting or the note taking. Why would you do that? Why would you just be like, no, my cognitive resources are simply infinite and I can handle it? A recent study in 2014 showed that those people who multitask in media, opening multiple tabs, have a reduced gray matter, have a reduced brain size. And I wouldn't recommend that for multiple reasons. And I actually have a video about it, so I will link it so you can watch it. But I would just recommend you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because it is only science and me building my researcher portfolio as a hustler. Thank you.